All right, so one of the things that I don't want this channel to turn into is a specific person's hate channel. It's far too many idiots on the internet, and just to be focusing on one person is to just be focusing on one person, and I don't get it. I don't like that. I've known creators that have focused on a group of people and just been a thorn in those people's sides, which is actually cool. But me focusing on one person when I have just a breadth of different internet items that I enjoy watching, yeah, no, I just can't turn into one person's hate channel. But when I see stupid, idiotic people that literally make some of the dumbest mistakes, I can't help but do it. I can't help but focus my attention and my energy on the stupid stuff that they say. It is mind-boggling. And I get it. You guys actually watch my content for me. I wouldn't say being petty, because being petty is just like do I make petty points? Yeah, of course. I'm a person on the internet. That's what we do. But you guys watch my content, especially when I'm talking about people that I just am passionately disagreeing with. And one of my most recent videos that broke a lot of views was my video on D Signifier. Now, I don't know if you guys ever saw this, but you kind of touch a nerve when you actually see stuff like, let me see, is this? Yeah, here we go. Here we go. This was a minute ago. Let me see. See if I can actually pull it up. Can't pull it up. No worries, I'll pull this up. It has everything that I want to actually do on it. Here's my man. And I hope you guys can actually see it. I'm gonna move myself up here for right now. And this is this man actually leaving a comment on one of my videos where he was just sounding like an idiot. He sounded like an idiot. He has that Myron Gaines type of energy. Oh, you made this many videos about me. Dude, you are a figure on the internet. You are somebody on the internet. Not only did you say that you were upset that you found out your wife was part white, you just make some dumb comments like saying that you shouldn't have to share your experiences with people because they're trying to understand your point, and then as it becomes a teaching lesson. Like, that's some of the dumbest stuff that you said. And one day I'm gonna go over 2 of those videos of one of you talking with Shark Zero, which I can't put on freaking Twitch because you constantly drop the C word that shows your real intentions, because you are a black racist. You admit that you are somebody who grew up with the as you call it, the NOI, which I don't understand why you just don't say the Nation of Islam. And they're pretty much, you know, racist hate. Instead of, like, because I know the area that you're talking about. I was just recently living over in that area. Instead of focusing on coming together and actually helping people to reach our progressive dreams, you just a motherfucking woke hotep. That's just a thing that happens. But this is like this is an interaction that I had with this food. And this was awesome. Watch this, y'all. This is awesome. This is the mark of, let me close that. It's nothing in their folder, but let me close it. This is the mark of somebody who truly has an issue. This is the mark of somebody who quite literally is okay with his points. This is the mark of somebody who's like, well, you didn't 100% agree with me, and so did you watch it before you commented? This is, you're so stupid because I said it, you should just automatically accept it. That's what this is. This isn't, well, you didn't really listen to my arguments. No. You're just wrong, dog. You're just wrong. But let's go into why he would have dropped this 3 days ago, especially when this is a video that just came out 5 days ago. Let's see what D Signifier is speaking about, shall we?
Alright, so we're not going to have fun with this one. We're not going to have fun with this one. It is what it is. But
do we ever have fun with your videos, dog? Like, for real, do we ever have fun with your videos? Alright, let's go.
Can't have fun all the time. I wrote a script for this. I'm looking right at it, but it feels inadequate. It feels like something that's going to require a longer follow-up video, but it also feels like something I've talked about so many times. It's just frustrating, but here we are. So everybody knows that Joe Biden dropped out of the presidential race, and that Kamala Harris.
And I still say that was lucky. Look, I'm going to say this. I am somebody who kind of already had an issue with Joe Biden as far as the bankruptcy, the senator from all the credit card companies jokes. But in the end, the Democrats got lucky that there was no power struggle that happened because Joe Biden, he got pushed out. Is he old? Yes. The man is like in his 80s. Was he doing stuff that people in their 80s do or late 70s do? Yeah. But this is one of the things that I just hate about these online progressive people. They never want to do the work to actually get their candidate. They Bernie would have did this, all this. Dude, y'all don't even push for congressmen. And the congressmen that you do push are on the other side of the country. They're in places like New York and California. But you never want to do the actual work to build a presidential candidate and build a Senate and House of Representatives to get your agenda pushed, because you don't want to play politics, because that's corrupting. And then if I participate in the system, that's going to validate the system. The system is already validated because it has power. What are you doing to make sure you have viable candidates to help run the government? The right? You know what the right does? It has a farm system. You know what the left does, especially with online politics? They have a farm system of who's going to be the most conceited online so they can get the donuts and make you upset. That's what the left does. I need to build my platform so I can be rich or don't have to work a real job. Yeah. And then you complain that stuff don't get done. You have to play politics to get stuff done. I've never seen a group of people that say politics is everything, but don't want to play politics in order to get things done. You don't want to get things done. You want to sit back and collect donos and make sure that your people are so afraid that they listen to you every day. And you know what? They come to you for their political opinions because, you know, it's only the right that can't, come up with their own opinions. They just need to be told by somebody who sits in front of a microphone of what to believe. I get the irony of it, but still. The funniest thing, he is basically starts off, I don't want to do with this energy, and proceeds to keep recording up. Well, yeah, of course, because it's not about making a change. He's not trying to reach out and preach to other people. He's trying to just validate his audience and himself. I want to reach out to other people. You know what was funny? I was actually watching O'Shea Johnson. He comes up in my timeline every now and again, especially with the Myron Freshman Fit. And he was saying that no, he's part of the black manosphere, the Negro manosphere. And I totally agree with them. But it's just certain people that kind of have to just like work outside their sphere. Have to actually just say, yo, this is my identity. Yo, I'm part of this group, but I need to try to reach out. And people like FD, they don't. As I said in my last video, most of his audience isn't black people. Most of his audience isn't. And I would challenge him. I would challenge him. And even in that comment section, it did have like, oh yeah, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this. Yeah, exactly. But let's go.
Took its place, and we've seen a very surprising shift in attitudes toward electoral politics from a lot of online left-leaning, starting at just general liberals going further left attitudes since.
Oh, and I'm sorry to continue this rant. Stop trying to use liberals as a slur. I get it. When you think you're far right, far left, and you are cooler, like, dude, you are no different than you saying your parents that said I'm cooler than my parents. Stop using liberals as a slur. They should be your allies. You should convince them to be your allies. You should actually convince them that you have some great voting power, and you just wouldn't throw a hissy fit and tantrum because, oh, they didn't do everything I wanted to, because they will stop trying to look for your votes. And when you isolate yourself and make yourself a literally liability to them getting elected, they will stop listening to you. When you start just kicking the dirt in their face after they try to help you, and they realize that, okay, you're not going to vote for them and they still win, stop it. Stop it. You're trying to change the world. You need allies. All right, let's go.
Kamala came to the forefront. And that's created an interesting and concerning and very volatile conversation around what leftists should be doing in this American election. If you ask me, the gap between what to expect in a Kamala Harris presidency and what to expect in a Joe Biden presidency is not all that big. And if you were resigned to not voting for Joe Biden on the basis of certain principles, history tells us you probably should feel the same way about Kamala Harris. However, Kamala is not Joe Biden. In 2020, she ran left of Joe Biden on pretty much every issue. And if we take into account her time as a senator, she'd overall have one of the most progressive records for an incoming president in American history. Now,
yes. And one of the things she tried to do, and I say this, and I say this, and this is one of the things that I know that the leftists, the super progressives, are going to hate. One of the biggest things is she tried to run and I'm a woman, and I'm a black woman, and no, run on your policies. And what are the policies the Biden administration actually did? Well, they forgave a lot of student loan debt. They did a lot of things with infrastructure. They did a lot of things with environmental protection. Was it 100% of what we wanted as a progressive conglomerate? No, but they did a lot of stuff. Like, let's not kid ourselves. The CHIPS Act, the infrastructure bill, the protection of the wildlife reserves in order to protect it from drilling. Like, I feel that a lot of progressive online outlets try to minimize the successes that the Biden administration had when it comes to like progressive goals. Was it a flip of the switch? No. That society doesn't work that way. But it goes a long way. That if you concerned about workers, like most of you say that you communists and you're concerned about workers, the national labor the NLRB, whatever, National Labor Relations Board, was light years of what we had under any administration recently. That's where we're at right now. But oh God, like I don't get it. Yeah, he was the one that bashing liberals until he realized, oh snap, I may be depressing the vote. And that's one of the things that was happening with Joe Biden. So many people were trying to say Joe Biden was a horrible monster, this and that, all over the fact that another country's sovereignty, they had another country's sovereignty was doing something that was just totally out the pocket. Totally out the pot. Fighting a blood feud. And let's actually be honest about this. I understand it's one-sided right now, but the Israel-Palestine stuff, that's a blood feud. Especially for Benjamin Netanyahu. That's a blood feud. And what kills me with so many of these people, and I will say it again, they don't want to do dog crap to try to elect a city councilman, a commissioner. They don't want to actually use their power to influence that vote that's in their local area. But they want the U.S. to actually use their power over a country that has its own autonomy to just listen to the U.S. And it kind of starting to sound like some bigoted stuff that some people are actually saying. I don't know, even on the left. Now, of course, we know that we have people on the left that just doesn't like Israel or Israeli people or Jewish people. We know we have that. But, because power dynamics. And some of these same people were like, no, you shouldn't help Ukraine. I'm rambling. Let's go.
Let's be clear, the bar is in hell. We're not talking about anything radical, world changing, or even status quo changing from her record, but she at least seems to be flashing signs that she might.
So this is one of the things that I dislike about D Signifier, and you can quote me on that. One, he never gives the accomplishments or never gives the side other than it's bad, it's horrible, this and that. I keep mentioning the fact that he's somebody who is actively can call on a history in his hometown area to actually show, this is how we get better, this is how we organize, this is how people of color organize in his home area, because he says he's from Chicago. He can point to a historic figure of Fred Hampton, a Black Panther, back when the Black Panthers actually had some political power, people wanted to talk to them, of actually pushing forth, which became the National School Breakfast Program. No, because that's like some of these people, and this is what irritates me, and this you can actually equate to the side of, especially the people on the left, because I know he was a big Hassan fan. I don't know if his opinion changed on it, about the whole, you need to fight and you need to be evil and you need to just be mean and nasty to people just because you need to prove a point. And you asked them about like some of the stuff that King did. Like, what did King do? How did those protests work? What was a civil rights protest? And they say, well, he talked about white liberals. No, but how did he get changed? Well, he did nonviolent protests. Did he actually talk to people that he may have been, against some of the principles that he said? Yeah, but he had protests. Then they used to get beat by the cops. Yeah, but they didn't necessarily fight. It wasn't black bloc. They didn't go fight the cops. They were, nice suits. They looked like they were going to church, but they were going to just get their butts handed to them. But no, we don't need to do that because we need to fight. How's that been working out? How is every violent uprising worked out? I'll wait. Go ask people on January 6th. I keep bringing up these points, and I'm going to needle these points. People like this will never recognize the Martin Luther King drum major instinct speech. They will never recognize it. The reason being is because it's antithetical to their movement. Because in that speech, King actually tells a story of him actually speaking to cops after he'd been arrested. Actually having a conversation of convincing them, not because he's morally right, because they're in the same position. But, you know, people like FD would hate something like that. But let's go.
Might be amenable to being pressured from the left, which Biden showed himself to be pretty much immune to. So for those of you who feel like the...
What do you mean he was immune to being pressured from the left? Dude, he got rid of, like, how much student loan debt did Biden actually get rid of? Let's see. 167 billion. 167 billion in student loan debt. This man has tried and tried and tried repeatedly, and this is just one example, to get rid of student loan debt. But because he didn't wave a magic wand, he couldn't do it. And that's his fault. This is the stuff that I mean. Alright. And I'm not just like, I'm not advocating that Biden this or Biden that. What I'm advocating is tell the truth. Let your people know the truth. Let them be smart enough to decide your point. Don't keep stuff from them by just lying. But let's go.
Removal of Biden from the top of the ticket is something to respond to. Like, that is a reasonable way to look at things. That said, these two demonstrably true statements of non-committal that I just gave will be enough to get certain people very mad in the comment section at me. It's just the nature of online political discourse, especially right now, as so many of us are far too invested in what voting means here in the States. It is a dumpster fire right now. To be specific,
voting is the minimum amount of civil engagement that you can actually do. The minimum amount of civil engagement that you can actually do. Oh my God, this is just incredibly just dumb. This is incredibly dumb. It's the minimum amount of civil engagement you can actually do. But it is very important because we have still the first past the post system. Well, not only do we have to vote for the president, but we have to vote for representative as well. These are the things that we have to do. And it's just like, it sounds like this. Here, there was a video that I was watching a little bit earlier that Icon just reposted. Let me just bring it up. And this is the stuff that I mean.
Anyone else ever notice how you
don't vote for Kamala?
Here.
Don't vote for Kamala. Okay, so do you have a plan so that we don't have the much worse option in office? Organize. How? Organize. Thanks. Start a revolution. A revolution will literally only benefit the white people in power at this point. All minorities and oppressed people will suffer greatly. Organize. You keep saying that word. I don't think it means what you think it means. Don't vote for Kamala. Okay, so do you have a plan?
I mean, they just pulled a...
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
But let's go. Let's go.
Specific, I'm speaking to the real significant animosity toward black liberals who have gotten energized by the sudden emergence of Kamala Harris and the corresponding criticism from white leftists and now folks from the Middle East who see this as a portrayal of various causes. And the CIA and just counterintelligence, counterinsurgents forces, woo, they have got us cooked right now. They
I'm sorry. Let me go back a little bit. Let me go back a little bit. Let me go back a little bit because I want to make sure I understand that phrase that he just said.
we toward black liberals who have gotten energized by the sudden emergence of Kamala Harris and the corresponding criticism from white leftists, and now folks from the Middle East who see this as a portrayal of various causes. And
so, because people are seeing a candidate that reflects them, and like don't get me started about some of the black people who say, well, Kamala's not a FBA, or like, I would sound stupid because like she's, you know, her, what was her father, or her, I don't know, one of her parents is from India. And if you want to understand what it's like, because like she's like in her like late 50s, early 60s, I don't think you guys understand about somebody who grew up in a generation, or somebody whose parents were like the before the baby boomers generation. I don't think you understand what India was really like. I don't think you know. India is not like it is today. Back then, I mean, like world history, like there was this group of people called the British, and oh my god, if you don't know some of the stuff that they did to India, I'm gonna ask you to pick up a history book, and like I've heard some black people that says, well, she's part Jamaican, and I'm like, they're not the same as African Americans, and I've kind of had to do like I mean like Jamaica, dog. I like Jamaica don't know what it means to suffer like in the America spirit. Like, I'm gonna need you to, you know, read the Monroe Doctrine and see the history of what we did to some of all of the countries except Canada. Oh, who am I kidding? All of the countries over in this part of the world, and you say these people don't know anything about oppression? Oh, because it's not your specific pain. I don't think you understand. I don't think. I don't know, man. Maybe it's just like I know a little bit about world history. I also had an internet that I can actually read or watch videos and stuff like that. The U.S. kind of like and I'm far from the U.S. bad people, but like, yeah, the U.S. kind of like screwed a lot of countries in the Caribbean, Central America, North America, South America, and we're just talking about this, you know, Western Hemisphere. And you're saying that like, okay. All right, let's go.
the CIA and just counterintelligence, counterinsurgents forces, woo, they have got us cooked right now. We are down bad. So I want to be clear. While I tend to agree with,
I mean, like, something tells me that, you know, this isn't a CIA thing. I'm just saying, like, maybe it's people feeling like they should only look out for their own interests and forget everybody else's suffering that may have happened, all because this is my particular suffering. And I don't know. Arch, don't spoil the video for me, because if it's that, oh, we gonna have an issue. But let's go, please, let's go. I'm ranting too much, but let's go.
With the overt leftists in this conversation, it's also very true that you're not about to talk to black folks any type of way online and think that that's going to go over well. I've noticed how many black folks my age and younger have gotten charged up for Kamala Harris. It's starting to remind me of Obama in 2008, which is wild, because this is not how we're feeling about Kamala in 2020, or to be honest, the last 4 years.
Wait, what? Okay, people are energized for somebody that they see is like them that's running for president. What's so hard about for that to understand? What's so hard about that for you to understand? I don't get this whole, well, you know, she's still a liberal and she, like, dude, do you want Trump? It's like some of these people want Trump so they can have something to complain about for the next 4 years. So their channel can grow and they can get the donos and the subscribers. Like, for real, dog. Do you really want to go back there? Do you really want to see the implementation of 2025? I'm sorry to say, I am sorry to say, your moral grandstanding and high horse is, you gonna get, as some people call it, is, I'm gonna use O'Shea Duke Jackson, you gonna get your Negro wake up call. I'm just saying, like and yeah, if you if you are somebody who says that African Americans are colonizers, if you're saying like that, I'm gonna say, if you're gonna say that white people are colonizers, like the people that were born in this country are colonizers, dog, and you're not Native American, and hell, even if you are Native American, I'm gonna have to ask you, what do you mean by colonizers? Like, seriously. And I'm not trying to be smart or nothing like that, but I think you're using the word colonizer wrong. Now, if you can say that, you know, as I've said before, the original sin of the country was the original sin of the people that came here from another hemisphere was the, you know, extinction of the natives that actually lived here, and then slavery was second. I'm with you. But to just throw out the word colonizer, you're just using a slur, dog. At that point, colonizer is a slur. It's just like, it's one of those things where it's just like, it's just literally saying, you don't belong here and go back. Like, okay, sure. Yeah. People should be compensated for their stolen land, but just saying like, no, you don't belong here. Go back, and we should have any. It's one step away from the dehumanizing of people, and we should use any means necessary to get you off of our land. Oh yeah, no, I agree with that. There are so many people, and I'm looking at the comments going back, and to be very honest with you, accelerationists do want to destroy America because they feel that if they break America, all of a sudden socialism will arise, even though they don't want to do the work to be the socialist. They want to be the vanguards, especially the accelerationists. They want to be the vanguards to bring in socialists, but they don't want to do any work. And it's just really, really weird. Yeah, I'm looking at that comment section, and we're gonna address it. If I address it, it'd be later because I want to get through this video. But yeah, no, let's go.
The fact that she's been able to suddenly emerge as this superstar for the Democratic Party, and admittedly has been running an effective campaign, it is mind-blowing. It's kind of scary because Kamala Harris was the first person to quit the campaign in 2020, but somehow she's effectively running the exact same playbook that Obama did in 2008 and is working as if we don't know what Obama was by 2016. And this is not good. It's not good for a lot of reasons that I don't want to get into on the B-Sides video, but the reality is,
again, what are those reasons? Give your audience the information and let them be the judge of it. Give them the information and let them be the judge of it. But you don't. You just gesture to some, oh, Obama bad. Explain it, or don't bring it up. But let's go.
The not goodness of it is going to be very hard to explain to liberals and black liberals alike, period, especially, and let's be honest, if you are not having real conversations with black people and have not been doing that at any point in time up until this point. As a person who was a hardcore Obama fan.
Wait, did he just say that somebody isn't having conversations with black people, Mr. I don't want to explain myself to anybody else because you're going to try to figure it out? Like, I know this man isn't talking. All right, let's go.
And in 2008, I can tell you there was nothing you could have told me in that moment that would have changed my mind about Obama at that time. At best, you'd have been ignored. At worst, you'd have been cursed out, which is, I think, what's happening to a lot of white leftists online. But beyond the white leftists, who I'll get back to in a second, this is also happening between black folks, black liberals in America, along with some black folks in places like the Congo and Middle Eastern folks in Palestine, Lebanon, that have been perpetual but invisible victims of American imperialism for generations, places that Obama himself bombed and drone struck relentlessly while he was president. From a purely political standpoint, I stand with the victims of American imperialism and have no real allegiance to America.
You know what's funny? Is these people that's like, we live in the imperial core, or people that's like, oh, I just feel bad because I live here and you would, and I know this is a kind of a tired conservative argument, but he wouldn't give up anything that he's doing in life to actually actively help these people. And I'm saying, oh, you need to get rid of your money. You need to move out of the imperial core. But we know this man, when his bag is threatened, when his money is threatened for his YouTube channel, he whines and complains and he moans and this is about the bag. Yeah, I need my bag. And if it came to actually putting his life on the line, say, like helping with the Peace Corps. I know Peace Corps. How many people really heard of that? I ain't gonna do it. I'm an entertainer. This man is quick, and like there are videos on him online when he's like, "I'm an entertainer. I'm an entertainer." We need to organize. We need to stop Cop City. We need to stop Cop City. I remember when I was used to work with young guys in the system, and like, so how many of these guys did you, when you were working in the system, did you actually help to teach to actually start working inside and outside of politics? No, you're an entertainer. Yeah, sure, no, whatever. But let's go.
America's behavior overseas. And although I completely recognize that a Trump presidency will be worse for everyone, I also completely understand the fear and frustration that some folks outside of the US have at seeing us start stand accounts for a presidential candidate who we can rest assured will only continue the American imperialistic agenda. And much like Obama, will be able to hide these atrocities behind black excellence and...
What's your solution, dog? Seriously, like, what's your solution? Like, people like this, again, this isn't like a right-wing talking point. It is, but they're just disingenuous about it. Some of them are actually genuine about it. What's the alternative? Seriously, though. Now, this may be to my overseas audience who watches, but I mean, like, for real, and this is gonna sound really, really like kind of like whataboutism, but do we really want a world where countries like China actually is like more of a single global player than what, you know, they're trying to be? I know Russia kind of like, as somebody put it, was a dilapidated house and all you had to do was kick the door in, and we're seeing that now more than ever. But I'm sorry, there are countries with aspirations of leading that, if they are not as bad as the U.S., they're worse. I mean, like, at least the U.S. has an opportunity to become the world's paramedic versus this police, and it's trying to transition to that. Now, are there some exploitation that is looked the other way by the government and most of our companies? Yeah, of course. And that goes to the system of capitalism that we are. But just to say like, oh, US bad and we should topple the US empire. Dude, the biggest export we do is our culture. That is literally the biggest export that we do. I get money and, influence, but the biggest export that we do is our culture. The culture that you say is that black people are so much responsible for, that you see that everybody tries to emulate, but you hate, that's where we are as far as power. Do you really want to see a world that is put out by the culture that you see, I don't know, from China and what China's doing with the world? And yeah, Obama did do some bad things, but as Archer pointed out in the chat, he was pretty hard on Israel. People actually forget that he kind of was hard on Israel. Israel, like Benjamin Netanyahu, hated Obama because he couldn't do free reign. But you know what? Here's the thing, and I'm going to say this, and we're going to be very close for this. It is a reason why we don't just, I don't know, try to leave Israel out in the cold. Because here's the thing. One of the things that Obama did was try to actually normalize relations with Iran. It was actually starting to work. They were actually become de-radicalized. They even had a progressive for them president. And it just was one of those things where it was like it was starting to get better. But Trump came in and messed it up. Had to help out at the door. All right. You know what? I think that's what I was saying. The reason why we can't just give up on an ally like Israel, they know where the bodies are. Not only do they know where the bodies are, they have the map of where we hid the bodies. That's the reason why. And I'm just gonna say this. And Netanyahu has actually said it. They are willing to take some of the secrets that they helped develop as far as information gathering, as far as the way that we do information gathering, to people who actively want the U.S. to fall. Everybody keeps wondering, why don't they just say this or do this to Israel? And to be honest with you, Biden has actually been slow walking munitions and weapons to Israel. Again, this is something that is not put out there. Like, you would see with a lot of these people. They won't speak to that where there are active reports of Biden actually doing this. Because they want to maintain the America bad. But let's just be honest. They know where the secrets are. And it's not some big conspiracies. Like, no. They know where the secrets are. And until people recognize that, oh yeah, it's like, yeah, he did say something about the CIA. They worked with the CIA they know our secrets. That's the thing. That's what they won't say. That's the reason why we're out. Like, you think that anything would threaten, besides the U.S. actually coming to take it over, us, our allyship with Britain, with England? You think anything would threaten that? You seriously, and again, besides us taking over, you think that something would threaten our allyship with Canada? They know our system. They know the back doors around the back doors to get in our systems. And until you guys recognize that that's one of the main components, and not only that, that the U.S. actually wants a sphere of power in that area, regardless if it's heavy-handed or not, you guys have to understand that's what's going on. It's this thing, I don't know, like, these leftists don't get. It's called politics. And I'm sorry if you don't understand this, but when you're talking about global politics, there's no such thing as morally good guys and morally bad guys. It's people that have their interests and what they want to do. That's just it. But so many of these online leftists, FD included, have the morality system of Saturday morning cartoon watchers. And I don't mean the good ones that we have now. I'm talking about the 1980s. And yeah, GA. It's almost is like, it's a matter of perspective. I went back and watched Hellsing Ultimate Abridged recently, so yeah. Well, reaction to it. I did. Like, but let's go.
Black success and black faces in high places, and a lot of things that will get black liberals charged up to defend when it's really indefensible. When you're hearing some of these folks in the Middle East talk about how black people have a role in colonization, they're not wrong. That's what they're talking about. But from the perspective of a lot of black folks, liberal and otherwise, this really feels out of pocket and extra aggressive, which it has been. Because on the flip side, it's always us and our image that is constantly evoked and used to push left-leaning agendas of all sorts, both here in America, but worldwide. And most times this can look amazing. It looks like these global moments of solidarity where we can rejoice in the fact that other people in the world are standing with us. But in other times, it looks like white girls painting themselves black for poorly thought out art pieces. History has taught black people in America from...
So, is he one of those people that says Kamala ain't black? Is he one of those people? Please don't tell me he's one of those people. Oh, she a liberal, so she, she's a cop, and so she's not really black. Like, for real? For real. Wow. Don't tell me that's what he's trying to imply. Please don't tell me that's what. Don't tell me that's what he's trying to imply. Oh, wow. Please don't tell me that's what he's trying to play. Oh, God. See, this is, oh, God. Only 6 minutes and 21. Wow. Okay, let's go.
Any political standpoint, that at the end of the day we will probably be on our own and cannot count on anyone but each other. And even then, I mean, if you look at like the Black Lives Matter organization and what that did, you can't even count on black folks sometimes. And that's really frustrating because it's a reminder of how virulent and ever-present anti-blackness is and how it comes out so quickly and reflexively. As soon as any given person that considers himself an ally has a problem with something a black person said or did, the anti-blackness is just like, it's like Tourette's syndrome.
You idiot. Check it out. Just because you're black doesn't mean you can't go unquestioned. And I know, like, I put it up for you guys. The whole, why you doing videos about me? You must be obsessed with me. You idiot. You don't get to go unquestioned about your ideas. People can question you, and I know some of it is just like bad. Like, I know some of it is bad because it's the internet. Of course, some of it is bad. But you believing that you can say or act or just exist without being questioned is childish. It's childish. And to think that, and we did it on our last video that we did about this man. Think that somebody disagrees with you, oh, they must just be a hater. Oh, they just must hate this. They must hate that. Dog. If you think that everything that is said against you is they hate you for being black, or they're anti-blackness, or, you know, they dismiss you because you black. Dude, for real. Grow up. You're going to get criticized. You're on the internet. Stop it. You're the same age as I am. You're the same age as I am, but you're acting like a child. You're acting like a child. All because you upsetty spaghetti. That somebody questioned you. You upsetty spaghetti that you didn't get 100% of your way. I wonder how this ranks on your scale of upset or irritated. Is it the same upset or irritated that you got when you found that your wife was part white? I know I keep mentioning it and I keep bringing it up, but like, that's a ridiculous thing to say on the internet and still be married to your spouse if that bothers you. But let's go.
Like, it just comes right out, and it makes you feel like none of these people are actually allies, even when they are acting in a allyship role, because why is that so easy for you to fall back into? Coming back to the...
I want him to come up with these examples of when somebody says, yeah, this, like, even though he's doing the same thing, or like, you know, she's not really one of us. It's like, it just, it's okay because he's inside the group. He can actually just not really, you know, mess with these people because he thinks that black liberals are just betrayers to the whole, you know, diaspora, which I hate that term. Oh my God, I can word this so much better than FD. Everybody can word this better than FD. But it's just like, it's really just really strange that same criticisms that he is actually having. Because he said, he was like, oh, you know, people just, Obama really didn't do anything for black people, because that's what his criticism is. And people are just getting upset, just getting excited because he's black, which is his criticism. When other people are doing it, how dare you? How dare you? I can say that, but you can't. Dude, this isn't the N-word. Like, for real. I think it's just like, I don't get it, but let's go.
CIA role in this. Why are black folks getting the attention for the newfound support for Kamala Harris? We are not the driving force behind American politics. We are 13% of the population, maybe 5% of the electorate. Like, the fact that black people and Congolese people and Palestinian people are fighting each other online right now is the most ass backwards and heartbreaking thing I've seen online in a while, and it shows the flaws in the medium of social media as a tool.
Are you surprised? I'm sorry. Are you? I mean, like I said, he's around the same age I am, if not the same exact age. What? People on the internet tend to tribalize their own group. I don't think we need the CIA to do that, dog. I don't. Huh? It's the CIA. We need the CIA to do that. And like, seriously, he's putting that big thing of the CIA. We need the CIA to do that. Again, going to the point, and I'm going to bring it up. This is a man that literally does not bring up Fred Hampton at all. And I'm going to keep harping on that so you guys can actually understand, like, how important that this man was to the Rainbow Push organization and some of the policies and some of the things that he actually expressed. This is a man that doesn't acknowledge, even though he's from the Chicagoland area, but he wants to talk about division on social media. I don't get that part. Maybe I'm just missing something. I don't. Wow. Okay, let's go.
For seeking liberation or even just educating on certain topics, but it's not just the medium. Like, it's us, it's y'all. Like, the way y'all act and think when it comes to these platforms.
You had it right when you first said it. It's us. Like literally, oh my god, he is one of them. Okay, all right, let's go.
Forms, it don't work. It's not working, and something needs to change. I've said in so many videos that these platforms are designed explicitly to minimize informed and useful discourse and maximize hot takes and abrasiveness. A lot of good education and communication is possible, but it constantly has to fight for space with the most ridiculous and misguided messages ever. The type of
Hold on, let's go back a little bit in the chat. I know y'all can't see it, but what was quoted? He says he doesn't want to start with this energy, but he recorded the video and pressed upload. I don't know, dude. You fomenting it. You are fomenting it. Oh my god. Just like, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh wow, crap. Okay, crap baskets.
nuance and care and insight that this conversation needs, it's not going to happen in a 60-second TikTok video. Even a, hour-long YouTube video is only going to scratch the surface. And don't get me started on fucking Twitter. Like, when I think about the dude, Nacho Supremo, I don't know this dude.
Wait. This person is talking about just posting stuff on Twitter. This person right here. I mean, I guess he's, he probably, after he had this incident of when he was, feeling ill from recording the drama video, his, he had his concern, his health concern. Like, dude, you really want to help a health concern? You really want to help a health concern? I was going into heart failure because I was working hard and I was sick. You got mildly irritated over a video, over drama that you caused. And you not a liberal elite? You were mildly irritated over drama that you caused. You literally caused. And people start calling you out. And you want to complain. Complain about toxicity on X or Twitter? Get the heck out of here. Oh my god. Get the heck out of here. Okay. I swear to God. If look. I told Vegeta, who has editing power on my channel, if I get so narcissistic and self-serious as some of these people, to delete my channel, I'm giving him the pull pin. He knows it. Giving the pull the pin on that grenade. If I ever get to a point where I just, I'm being a truth teller and I'm not contributing to the discourse, and the discourse, I'm so far above it, dude. Like, this is that video essayist and I'm so far above this. Okay, let me not restart that fight again.
Whose name? You know who I'm talking about. That's getting drugged. He was probably the first person of a significant size to get drugged for his response to Kamala Harris.
You're not voting for the cop, and you need to vote for the cop, because it's the cop's turn to be president.
I imagine that had he not been content brained, that he'd have responded differently up front, and then when he was brought to the table to say, hey, this wasn't cool. I think in a situation where people get...
Wait. Stop it. Is that the point that y'all got upset about? That he said something about not voting for the cop, but you better vote for the cop. Literally, when in everybody's hashtags, ACAB, like, really? Is because he was pale skinned and was a ginger, like, and we all know gingers don't have souls. Okay, I'm joking. But that's what made, like, show me the part where it was really about him being anti-black. Just please help me out with that one. Show me that part. And again, give me that information. Allow me to be smart enough to make that decision, except for you making the decision for me. You're not gonna do it, Asia. All right, let's go.
A chance to have actual conversations that don't have to be consumed through this medium. People tend to come.
And you know what's funny? People like him will actually call her a cop, literally, because reasons. Even though her policies as the AG of California were like, yeah, we need to change the system, But you know, she was a cop because she was part of that system. Because you know, you can't, you have to change politics from being outside of politics. All right, let's go.
Off way better, but you have to have pithy, like soundbite content that also somehow is supposed to speak to these complex and big brain political ideologies. You have to squeeze and flatten them into, fucking Burger King sandwiches. Like, it's
pithy, condensed. I don't know where I would ever see him talk about stuff like that. I don't know where, like, man. I'm sure he came up with this himself. This is just crazy, man. This is just crazy. Am I losing it? Okay, all right, let's. All right. Whew. Okay, let's go.
And then we respond to these flattened, commodified, optimized for content consumption, like, share, and subscribe messages around these politics as if it's the real.
Y'all thought he did that as a way of highlighting that it's the, fuel of the algorithm. No, he was literally saying like, share, and subscribe. That's what he was doing. I mean, like, wow. It's just like the hypocrisy whips around like a cosmic boomerang. All right, let's go.
Message, as if it's the massive text that the messaging was developed from, or the years-long study and like organizing work and community work that all this stuff really is supposed to lead to. We make it just this, and this doesn't do much of anything except for create the environment for what's happening right now. And because
we are on the internet, dog, we are on YouTube. If you have a problem with that, stop making content. Make your little video essays about media and all that other good stuff, but stop making this content. Stop. Just stop. Just stop. Just because you point out the big elephant in the room does not excuse you from riding the mug. It's like, stop it. Stop it. You are not above it. You are down in the. I know he tried to say we're in the ivory tower, like that video that he did about live streamers versus essay. We're in the ivory tower versus the gladiators down in the. Dude, you are just as much as the gladiators on a field as anybody. This perceived above it all. How dare you? How dare you? Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Wow. Okay. Let's go.
The hot take version of these politics is what it's shared, is what builds platforms. People are incentivized to behave in the most non-productive ways. And we gotta stop. We gotta stop. I really want folks to just step away from the keyboard.
Wait. Let's look up something. Let's look up something. Alright, I'm almost finished pulling it up because this is one of those things where it's just like, hold on. So he talks about this conflict. He talks about this whole, I don't know, just, oh, people are making content to get on. And hold on, guys. Give me a second. And yeah, no, there is a lot of anti-black there is a lot of anti-black TikToks on FD. Not on FD, on TikTok. And FD isn't wrong about that one because it's social media. But what gets me is this man made this video, the Bo Burnham's Inside, and he literally was just talking about white liberals this, white liberals that. Even though part of me feels like he really didn't watch the video and really didn't get what the whole satire of it was. But he literally made this video off the back of just talking about all white people that's rich and bad. Like, for real. For real. For real. This was his content. And then he followed it up with that, oh, you know, streamers are bad. Literally. That's the thing that he did. And again, one of these days, I am literally going to go over that shark conversation that he had. Because he just like a fool. He stepped into a situation where he wasn't surrounded by just yes man, people that were looking to get on like he is, and people that didn't challenge him. But let's go.
And go to your own tangible communities, IRL if possible, but online in smaller pockets if necessary, and focus on work and education and communication that can be done there. Because this situation happening right now has PSYOP written all over it. And part of me feels this because, unironically, this again all started with white leftists, as these things tend to do.
And see, this is what I'm saying. This is exactly what I'm saying. It's like he unironically just doesn't like white people, and his main boogeyman is white leftists. That's a problem for me. That is a problem for me. I don't. Are some people cringe? Oh, definitely. Are some people literally just, and I'm gonna say it, some people have middle class syndrome? Oh, definitely yes. There are some people that are on this platform because they grew up in the suburbs, white, black, whoever, Hispanic, whoever, that don't understand how to interact with people that may not have come from the same affluent areas. You know, this thing that he was just talking about called outside real life. The problem isn't just with white people, but it's like he hyper focuses on that, hyper focuses on left people. Now I know his whole, you know, the whole cornbread tube that he's trying to golf around with people that's just as bigoted as he is, that don't acknowledge other people that's just not in their group. We're not going to talk about how somebody said "say her name" was originally derived for Native and First Nations people that would be missing off of a certain level of certain stretch of highway, and then that person tried to say no because black people use it as ours now. And I wonder, I heard that argument from haircuts. It's just weird to me, dog. You always want your movement to actually to move and change things, and you want things to be better. And you just complained about how black people are only like 17% of the population and 5% of the voting block. You would think that you want more allies to ally with at least the things you agree with to get a change so you can work on the other stuff. But no, you want to constantly point out white leftists. I don't get this, man. Do you want to just be morally pure and superior in your point, or do you actually want to make the change? I don't get it. Do you want to actually see the advancement for everybody, or do you know this got to be black people? If it's not just black people, then it's not. Like, dude, I don't get this. I really don't. And for you to actually say, yo, and I will agree with you 100%. There is anti-blackness going around. But all of it is anti-blackness? All of it is just like you dislike it because they black? Is it all? Is it all? Is it all of it? Again, the one example that he showed doesn't say that it was anti-cop. But again, this is somebody who would complain that she's a cop. He literally had a video that he was promoting about stopping Copland or whatever that place was in Atlanta. That's the only point that you bring up on a point that you ostensibly agree with. And it's not like you have to worry about things like Twitch, because I'm on Twitch right now. I'm live, so there are certain things that I can't say that I can't do. You literally can have this in your video and show it, but you don't. And you say that it's about online politics, fueling outrage. You're absolutely right. I'm somebody who says that online politics fuels outrage. But brother, you are throwing wood on that fire as well. You are throwing accelerant on that fire as well. But you try to be above it. Let's continue.
That's a bugaboo that I've had forever, because it feels like so many white leftists barely know how to effectively communicate with each other in like useful and effective ways. And I don't know what in the world made them think that some of these statements and videos are going to go over well with black people, especially black liberals, like who who we have to do work to communicate with effectively. Like way back in the Ally video, my homegirl Dr. Candace Hargins made a comment about like, do you want to have progress or do you want to be correct? You know what I'm saying? Like, folks are really caught up in being technically correct as opposed to building coalition and community and coming up with strong responses to conflicts and issues. Folks are more...
You are literally... Oh my God. Oh my God. Is it just me? Chat, is it me? Am I looking at this? Am I being too critical because I don't like this dude? Is it me? How do you point out the problem, but you're guilty of doing it? Not just in the past, but you're guilty of doing it now. You are literally isolating. Okay, all right. Let's go.
Interested in style points and pithy comebacks and aren't considering how they sound and come off and whether or not they've actually done anything to help the situation. We live in an online world where everyone is trying to have a monologue written by Aaron Sorkin. If you don't know who Aaron Sorkin is, he's a TV writer who's written some great films and TV shows over the years like Social Network and A Few Good Men, and he's really, really good at something that I think has like brainwormed so many people on the left. The grandstanding, put them in their place, owned by facts and logic monologue moment. You know, that's why so many of these videos are such and such destroys conservative over abortion bill. Like that term, that word, destroy, that's an Aaron Sorkin thing.
Am I missing something, guys? Am I missing something? What's the title of this video again? What's the title of this video again? No. The irony. No, it can't be. The irony. Oh my God. Okay. He cannot be saying this. Like, what do you think the online leftist cook actually equates to in the language that you're using? All right, let's go. Wow. The hypocrisy drips from this man's actions. Not his words, because, you know, his words are nowhere near doing the things that he's accusing other people of doing. Oh, okay, let's go.
No, I'm going to hold you to an answer on that. What makes America the greatest country in the world? What about the people? Why is America
not the greatest country in the world, Professor? That's my answer.
Okay, I'm going to skip this because I've already did a video on it. But okay, literally, he's fan of Hassan, which is America Bad. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, wow. Okay.
In life expectancy, 178th in infant mortality, 3rd in median household income, number 4 in labor force, and number
like specifically not deaf.
And if you haven't seen that scene, it was from the newsroom, and it was like one of the opening like monologues of the show. But this ninja is actually doing it himself. He doesn't get it. He doesn't. Okay, let's go.
Definitely him, right? Because I think that's just the nature of some of these conversations. But the goal of having your Aaron Sorkin moment has made people stop being empathetic and effective and clear and concise with the issues and things we're trying to communicate. And we don't know how to talk to each other. But
you literally said, and I have it on video. This is like one of the first videos that I have on you. You literally said that you're not going to have a conversation with somebody about your life experience because that turns into a lecture, and they're going to be trying to find, points where they can actually connect with you on. This is a point that you've brought up, really brought up. You don't even want people to share, dance routines that people may have that come from the black community because they're just stealing your culture. You don't even want people to share a haircut. Literally says a high and tight is it's a fade now because black people have it, and anybody who's not black that's wearing it, they're stealing our culture. Wow. This man. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. I'm officially broken. How much longer? Okay, let's go.
we do know what it feels like to get a standing ovation for having the best, strongest, most conservative, destroyed, got wrecked comeback that you can muster. Moments like that make for excellent TV, and they're cathartic. When an issue or topic is bothering you and someone who you see as intelligent and witty and well-learned can nail the issue and nail exactly what you're feeling, that's cathartic. You want to hear someone you trust break something like that down. I get it. I'm good at this job for a reason. But you forget, people...
So he admits that he does it too. But he's above it. Even though he does it, he's above it. Oh, God. Wow. He admits that he does it. But for some reason, it's okay for him to do it when everybody else does it. And you know what? I don't even think that it's just tanky that he wants to say either. No, he probably want to use a word that can almost rhyme with tanky. A word that starts with H. But we're going to leave that alone. Man, did somebody... What is that sound that a horn makes? I'm sorry. Okay, yeah. That's probably the word that he wants to use. I'm sorry. Either that or, what the Keebler Elves makes. And I'm not talking about cookies. But let's go.
Or forgetting that after you finish clapping at the awesome way that I or some other talking head broke down the issue,
he says that the
issue is still there. And it's quite possible that what I said or someone else said hasn't brought us any closer to addressing that issue, especially if I spend more time being glib than being an effective communicator. I've said so many times, and I'll say it again, the forces behind these mediums do not care about anything but engagement. And if you do not resist the urge to engage and share rage bait, you are doing harm. You're doing harm. You're making things worse. Possibly.
But he is also somebody who constantly complains about getting the bag. And no, like, yeah, like, okay. I'm almost finished. Okay, don't spoil it.
Be spreading that. In fact, the concept of leftist infighting is somewhat silly, and it's a meme because we should always be like having conversations that'll sometimes lead to conflict. I get where we disagree, and I know more than a few leftists, and I wouldn't trust to do much of anything in any situation in my personal or like community life space. But I've learned that making content around that is just as bad. And so, like, here's the final nugget.
Excuse me. Wait, what? So you telling me, for what, the only reason why you learned that making content around it was bad, which you don't, because let's just, we already pulled up the Bo Burnham video inside where it literally blew his channel up. But you made multiple drama videos. And I think the only reason why you even have an epiphany that is bad is because it hurt your little feelings. A channel that literally has, at the time, 600 subscribers, while you still had almost 500,000 subscribers, hurt your feelings so much that you had to leave a comment on the video. Something tells me it's not that you found it was distasteful to the growth of the online left or harmful to the online left. You found that it was distasteful to your feelings. That's what the problem is. That's what the issue is. And so, yes, it felt bad for you to be criticized. Boo-hoo. As you said, you're an entertainer. As you've given many times, you're an entertainer. And your goal is to get that bag. But let's continue.
Maybe something to help folks recognize the difference between conflict and disagreement versus like world-defining battles that some find themselves in online. Listen closer to this. Being a leftist is not a marginalized identity. It is not who you are. It's what you believe. It's what you're trying to bring to the world, but that is not you. When people say I'm a leftist, it shouldn't be describing the whole of your personality and like humanity. And for some of y'all who I see as the biggest perpetrators of some of these problems, being a leftist doesn't make you stop being white.
I'm sorry. First, that's gonna be the thumbnail when I actually put this on. He's not exactly, beating the woke hotep allegations, is he? He's not exactly beating that. I'm just saying, like, he's just a hotep that, believes that being gay and trans is cool. He's not beating those allegations. I don't know what else to say, man. That is, wow. Because it almost sounds like they can't wash away their original sin as being white, no matter how left that they are. That's what I first took from what he's just said. I don't know. Maybe I'm, making innuendos into like his thought process, but that's almost sounds exactly what he was saying. Okay. Wow. Let's go.
The grieved energy that some of y'all move with is within the space. Y'all who I see as the biggest perpetrators of some of these problems. Being a leftist doesn't make you stop being white. The aggrieved energy that some of y'all move with is within this space, and the way y'all operate, the way y'all talk to people, the defensiveness when you're called out or even called in, the absence of just self-awareness and critical thinking, and the things y'all say to motherfuckers in the comment section. Y'all need to show the fuck out. And shut the fuck up. It's not good.
What did I say in this last video that I covered on this dude? What did I say? 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 The whole issue with what I believe most of his audience are the self-hating white people. They'd be like, oh, well, I'm a white person, so I should just be quiet about these issues. Oh, I'm a cis man, so I should be quiet about these people. These self-hating white people that literally can find some sort of commonality, some sort of empathy with your situation, but he's smugly looking back and just being excited to tell people, nah, y'all white, just shut up. Wow. It is literally, and I was gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, but it is literally, you white, this is your original sin. You can't get rid of it, no matter how leftist you're trying to be. Which he equates leftist as agreeing with me. Not policies, not beliefs, not trying to make things progressive. No. Leftist is my identity and how much you agree with me. This is why he sees liberals as enemies more than conservatives. This is the reason why, oh, the black liberals, they're bad. Because he questions their blackness. Let's go.
Stop. Let me and other people who are connected to this black liberal space handle that. You all do not, unless you know them folks for real, unless you're gonna have a conversation for real, you might want to avoid making content about it or expect to just throw oil on the fire.
He is literally saying shut up about issues because you white. Oh, he's not beating those woke hilltop allegations I see.
I'm trying to get at is that some of y'all argue and respond to disagreement and criticism with the same level of tact and decorum as like the Barbs or like NBA Twitter.
No. Oh my goodness, Valentine!
Or weebs arguing about anime. And this shit's way deeper than that. And I just need people to have more self-control.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir, Mr. Fadiq. Yes, sir, Mr. Don't question me. Oh, yes, sir. Wow. Like, literally, it's don't question me. Shut up and sit down. Wow. Shut up and sit down. Wow. Let's go.
Control so that we don't have black liberals and Palestinians being the face of this conflict for a week. That is a tragedy. Black youth are dying in the streets. Black women are dying during childbirth. Americans everywhere cannot afford housing, healthcare. Trans kids are dying through stigma and marginalization. Congolese children are dying from pestilence and having to be ousted from their homes. And Palestinian children are being bombed as I speak. And there's nothing you can immediately do to stop any of those things from happening.
Okay, cool, great. Here's the problem that you have. Dog, I'm gonna let you know some stuff. There's this war going on in Ukraine, and you didn't mention because I don't know why you're not mentioning that. I don't know. Could it be something going on with the color of those people's skin? Oh, let's not do that. Okay. What's happening in the Sudetenland? Like for real, those are brown people that you claim to care about. Oh, yeah. What's happening in Myanmar? Like, you're only picking certain things that has news coverage to it. I get it, you know, Ukraine has news coverage, but you're only following the algorithm like you saying everybody else is. Dude, no, stop this. There is, I don't know, maybe 10 genocides happening. Are you gonna talk about the people that's in that's in the Pacific Ocean, whose country is literally disappearing under their feet because climate change? You only doing these bugbear issues because you feel it can get you moral points on the online left, so more people can watch your video. But you want to claim that white people only have their issues that they care about and they should shut up. Stop it. And it's not even that I'm judging you on the whole, like, oh yeah, no, you're not doing it. No, I'm judging you by your own standards. Your own standards. Because you don't care. You don't care. This false sense of, I care because I'm just morally right and all these people. You don't care. You care about your bag, as you have said many times in your videos. But let's continue.
Most of you, there's not anything you can do right now when this video is over. And any work you actually do, which you should, will only produce results in maybe weeks, more likely months, or even years. That's the reality of how deep the problems are.
Okay, so still start working on it. Why are you belittling that? This is a problem with just the online left in general. Because it doesn't happen overnight, you throw the opportunity to make a change away. I'm gonna say something that is just very apparent. Hear me out here. I am on a weight loss journey. I have changed my diet. I am exercising more to actually improve my health. You know what I don't expect? It to happen overnight. These things are ingrained, not just in a system, but in a society that changes. That does change over time. The arc of justice, the arc of history bends towards justice. But it's not one just smooth step. It is stops and starts and going back and going forward. For you to sit back and complain that, oh, because it just don't happen just right away, that it's not really worth happening, but you still can do it. That is just incredibly condescending, stupid, and wrong. But let's continue.
And I get it that you can get a feeling of catharsis by leaving a mean comment or a response video on someone's TikTok. And as good as that might make you feel in a moment, it really only makes things worse. Very few things change from that type of interaction. It's just harmful in the end. And that goes for everyone involved, whether I mostly agree with you or not. We have to have more discipline and focus on these platforms when it comes to serious shit. Because otherwise, from my perspective, this is all my opinion, this shit is a waste of time. You're better off, for those left-leaning people, just making content about anime or something, because the politics are getting...
Why is this, he really hates anime, right? He really hates anime. Even for somebody who claims that he watched anime, he really hates anime. What is his... is it just the people that, and I get it. Oh, God. Some anime fans are just, oh, God. But it's just it's his, does he equate anime to white people? I'm just saying. All right, let's go.
Getting perverted through these mediums.
Mind you, this is somebody who makes videos. All right, let's go.
Today's video is sponsored by Ground News.
No. Okay.
I promise you they sponsored this video over a month ago. It just so happened that the topics coincided. I gotta make sure y'all understand that today's sponsor is Ground News. So as I said in this video, one of the biggest problems of online discourse is disinformation.
Alright, let's see. Is there anything after this? Alright, that was the end of the video. So, All right, let's go ahead and end this because this is just. Oh my god, this almost took 2 hours. I knew this was gonna be a long videos. And I won't put it up on YouTube later. But it's actually just weird. Like, the fact that you point out something is wrong doesn't, and you still do it, doesn't make it's wrong according to what you actually say. Look, I'm here for it. Like, I am literally here for for everything. I'm here to sling the mud, get in the dirt, and whatever. I'm going to put out this video. I'm going to actually address this issue. Why else would I stream and do it? But to sit back and say, oh, no. Making videos, making content is just bad, and you're adding to the Discord, and you make this video, dog, what are you doing? Come on now. Come on now. This hypocrisy of, you know, shut up and, like, you know, listen to black people, and if you white, you don't have any. I'm like, dude, I don't get it. I do not get it. And yeah, like Archer was saying, it's almost as if like he's saying like, no. People just need to shut up and just listen to black people. Yeah, you should. If you white, you got to listen to all people of color. But if you, other than that, you know, black people come first. And I get the tribalism, but in the end, you want a different world. You making yourself an island because somebody mildly irritates you. You saying that, oh, they're not really allies because they irritate me. You don't want to change. You just want to live in your outrage farm. And you actually said it. FD said it. It's cathartic to be somebody who says, oh yeah, I'm just going to say what I want to say. And, you know, I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to have my Aaron Sorkin moment. But again, you pointed out that it's something that be done, but it's a bad thing, and you still do it. That still makes it bad in your opinion. Look, I am someone who has recently been kind of like, I don't know, just apathetic to online politics lately. You guys have seen me like bring up more and more of how leftist politics are just really, really disheartening, especially with the castination of all conservatives as if they're some evil monsters and dehumanizations. I get it. It feels good. It's just like, oh, they're monsters. They're hogs. They want you all. They all want you dead. Here's the thing, though. I want to make a change. I want our movement to grow. And if I dehumanize everybody that has a different opinion than I do, that they're all monsters, that doesn't actually make anything grow. And in fact, it alienates people. What's funny is these people who are on the left that act like this has this big dissertation about how religion bad, and these people, they see you as evil, and so they like, and they do the same thing. And it's just like, dog, you essentializing them because you want to feel morally superior because you heard a theory, not even read theory, but you heard a theory, and you know, you read a book reinforcing the interpretation that somebody had of that theory, not read the actual thing, but you read a book or you watched a live stream, and more than likely you watched a live stream and then reinforced it. And it's just like, huh? Do you know how many times that I sit back and sit in live streams, because it just feels disgusting to me. I sit back in live streams and actually see people that ask a streamer what their opinion is so they can form that said opinion based on what the streamer says. And it's sickening. And you see those streamers just just fuel this outrage, this rage bait, so they can get donos and you know, they make it a punishment of, oh, now you got to get a real job because I want to take away your platform. I don't get it. Wow. But I'm done for the evening, guys. I'm done for this segment. I'm gonna cut it up. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching this video. If you're watching it on playback, and yeah, we're gonna cut this segment here. I want to say thank you to all my Patreon supporters and my Twitch subscribers. Join the Guardians, become a member, or become a subscriber on YouTube, Patreon, and help support the channel.